Okay, can everyone see that? Everyone got that? Okay. So what this is a self-calculating worksheet, okay? And what it's going to show you how to do is start to set your monthly goals based on what you're charging right now and what I need you to charge to make the metrics of your business work. So metrics is a fancy name to scale and grow your business in the right way without seeing too many clients, okay? So this is all self-calculating. All we have to do is just plot in a couple of different numbers here. And I'm going to show you why, let's do the maths, low price clients are going to make you broke, okay? And you can keep this metrics sheet. You can use it any way you want to. So what it is, it calculates itself times 4 times 5, which you'll see in a moment. All we have to do is just input a couple of these things, okay? So let's look at this. Let's start here. What does everybody want to earn per month? Okay, let's say, for example, I'm going to turn this off. Hang on a sec, because I need to lean forward. All right. Everyone comes to me and says, I want to earn $10,000 per month. I go, great. How much are you charging right now? And they say about 50 bucks a client. I say, okay. Have you looked at the maths? Have you done the maths? No, that's all my clients want to, that's all my clients will pay, but I want to make $10,000 a month. I have to show them this metrics and the maths because people don't believe me and they overlook the numbers. This is why it physically cannot happen. Okay. I want to do $10,000 per month. 1, 2, 3. Okay. My client price. Okay. Obviously that'll do the calculations over a year. That's $120,000 annual revenue. That's not cash collected because we're looking at taxes and VATs and stuff like that. If my client price is $50, watch what's about to happen. This is going to calculate how many clients per month I would need to make $10,000 at $50 a client, how many strategy sessions I would need, and we calculate strategy sessions that you guys would close between 4 to 5. Every 4 to 5 strategy calls you'd close maybe 1 or 2 people, so about 20 to 25%. And about 20, if you do 5 calls and you close 1, you're a pretty good salesperson. If you do 4 calls and you close 1, you're even better. Some students are at every 5 calls, they can book 3 or 4 people in. Over time, you get better at it. You sort of see my point. So we have it calculated 4 to 5. It'll also tell me how many strategy calls per day I would need with my total annual revenue of $120,000. Watch what happens. This will calculate for you. So right now, based on the figures, this is what the maths tells me. If I want to earn 10 grand a month, $50 a client, I need 200 clients per month. I don't know when you're going to have time to market your business or have a life. You're going to have 800 strategy calls per month. I need 40 strategy calls per day, knowing it takes about half an hour to 45 minutes, if not an hour, to do a strategy call. Can everyone just yell it out to me? Can everyone see how obvious that maths is and why low price clients and the economics do not work physically? Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
And do you know how many people argue this point with me? And say, no, my mentor said I can. My mentor said I can make $10,000 a month at $50. That's the maths. No, you can't. But let's be generous here. I charge $150. I'm adventurous. Watch what happens to the numbers. Doesn't change much. 67 clients per month, 267 strategy calls, 14 strategy calls per day. So if I do it in an hour, I need 14 hours a day just to close 3 people for $120,000 per year. So even 150 doesn't work. It just blows everything out because I would need about 6 to 7 hours a day just for marketing. Okay, and that's only closing clients. This doesn't include, guys, if I spend 2 hours with my client, 2 hours prepping the session, 1 hour creating an audio, another hour sending emails, another hour setting up homework, I've got to take that time out of the 24 hours I have per day. But if 14 hours of my day is just doing the strategy calls, this proves another reason a back-to-back client model does not work. This whole build a busy clinic or something does not work. The maths doesn't allow it. Let's go to 500. Let's see what happens. Okay, 20 clients per month. It's getting better. Strategy calls needed per month, 80. 4 sessions per day, 4 strategy calls. Yeah, it's about 4, maybe about 4 hours per day. We're getting slightly better. Okay. Let's take it up to $1,500, which is what I recommend everybody starts with. $1,500. And then we're going to get into some more worksheets where I'm going to show you how to create this $1,500 product, guys. We're going to work towards that. Okay. So let's get $1,500. This is the perfect 80-20 rule. For those in the 100K, we know 80% of our time is marketing, 20% of time with clients. I chose this price, not only it worked out perfectly because that's what I used to charge, but it works the 80-20 rule perfectly. Okay. $10,000 per month, about 7 clients per month. Who'd be happy with that to make $10,000 a month? I sure would be. Strategy sessions per month, 27, about 2 strategy calls per day. I've got freedom to do all the marketing. I've got freedom to be a mum. I've got freedom to go to the gym. I've got freedom to become a human being again. All I have to do is make sure I have 2 strategy calls per day. The better I get closing them, I could double my revenue just by closing every strategy call as I get better at sales. Perfect 80-20. What happens if I get a little bit greedy, which I say everyone should be, and I want to do 20 grand a month? 80-20 rule still works out perfectly. 20 grand a month, $1,500. 14 clients per month. Strategy sessions about 54. I need about 3. I have to get 1 extra strategy call per day to double my revenue, $240,000 per year. Okay. So what I want you guys to do, and I try and do this every month. I don't really do it now because we have the same sort of goal each month. When I was first starting, I stuck to this. I wanted to know each day what my goal was. How many strategy calls did I need to reach my goal? Out of those strategy calls, how many did I close? Am I getting better? Am I getting worse? What's my close rate? You've got to start looking at all the economics and the numbers and the percentages, because otherwise you're waking up each day thinking, what the hell do I do today? Business is not up in the air, mindset, universe, hope and pray. It's numbers, percentages, close rates, KPIs, and managing your time and managing yourself. Okay. So if you're still convinced that you can get away with doing $100 per client, 20 grand a month, it's impossible.
What is KPI?
Key performance index. Okay, so what it basically is, I look at everything. If I had 5 strategy calls in a day, how many of them did I close? Where did I go wrong? How come I couldn't close more? Just looking at what my percentages are, what my performance is like, rather than I had 3 strategy calls today. Where did they come from? How did I go? Did I make money? Did I track anything? Did I record anything? How can I get better if I don't know what I did previously? Okay. And again, I recommend people do it. You don't have to go to that extreme, but it really does help.
I even started like after a call the other day, I was like, oh, this call didn't go as well as my last call. What did I do in the intro? And I think when I listened back to the recording, I'd stumbled over my words a bit. It was really crazy to listen back to. And I was like, okay, change out in the next one. Then I closed the next client. I was just like, I'm now getting relentless at like listening to my calls and be like, okay, that didn't go well. What am I going to do the next time? Every single time now. So it's really helped me.
How else does it get better? And no one gets taught this. People say, become a hypnotherapist, open up a business, just run a couple of Facebook ads or create a funnel, get some headshots. No one looks at this stuff. The maths doesn't lie. And people still argue with me. No, my mentor said, I can make 10 grand a month at $50. You can't argue with the maths. It's physics. Maths doesn't lie.